Good afternoon, everybody. This is Damon Bond of Bond Realty Group, licensed real estate broker in the state of Connecticut and New York. I hope everybody's doing well. Today is Monday, April 23rd, 2018. Springtime is finally here. It's a beautiful day outside. I think I'm going to do a little running. You can't really see from the video, thank goodness. But yeah, I could definitely do a little running. So I think I'll do that today. Enjoy this beautiful weather. Springtime is finally here. Yes. All right. If you ever have any questions, you can always email me at dbond011@gmail.com. That is dbond011@gmail.com. Or you can always give me a call at 203-394-8123, 203-394-8123. Thank you for tuning in to Real Talk, where we talk about real estate issues and things like that. So once again, if you have any questions, you can always email me or call me at the above or before mentioned numbers and email address. I'll repeat that towards the end of the broadcast as well. Alrighty. So, and by the way, if I do owe you a phone call or email, I will be doing that very soon. Just getting back on track with a few things over here. All right. So, today on Real Talk, I want to talk about millennials. And I will talk about millennials in a sense. No, this is not to bash up millennials. A lot of people like to bash up on them, but millennials are good. They're the products of the baby boomers, so to speak. So I want to talk some about millennials, and this would be even a good thing for our baby boomers and the generation before, after baby boomers, I should say. And I want to talk about millennials and real estate. And here's the thing. Some millennials, not all, but some millennials certainly, at least their parents or grandparents even, would like for them to live in the same neighborhood, right? They enjoy the neighborhood they grew up in, and they want to go live in that neighborhood. But the problem is millennials are being priced out of the areas in which they grew up in because of the economic changes and whatnot. So it is not your parents' generations where, unfortunately, you don't have that at hand. So what are millennials to do? Well, a couple things over here. If you're a millennial, meaning that, you were born in the 80s, to early mid-90s, if you're in that generation, group or whatnot, you're probably done with graduate school right now or, done with college if you decided to delay yourself or whatnot. So you're in the workforce and you're making some money. And I know millennials, as a rule of thumb, have, student loans on their hand. So what is a millennial to do? If they want to live in an area, they got a job, they got steady employment, but their budget quite doesn't, match what they want to get, so to speak. I'm not talking about, you buying something you can't afford. I would never, ever, ever dare do that. Okay. But here's a couple of things in which you can do in order to make sure that you, get that property, all right, which you can't afford, but because of high cost area and whatnot. I know it seems like an oxymoron, but we're going to work some things out over here. All right. Number one, as a millennial, remember, be open to live in various locations. Of course, I want, all millennials to live, somewhere safe for them. But remember, assuming you have no kids, this is for single people. All right. I'm not talking about married couples. Married couples is a different thing. This is for single millennials, not married with no children. All right. Just want to, preface that. So if you're single millennials, you don't have to worry. You don't have some of the same situations that you do if you were married or had kids. Right. So you don't have to worry about school. So be open to live in certain areas. So let's say if the school district is less than stellar, that's fine. You don't have to worry about that for now. All right. Because this is all about you owning real estate. Remember, real estate can be an asset over time. Can be. All right. Right now it's liability, but I'd rather, once again, I said this on another broadcast, I'd rather you pay for that liability so that way you can build your own equity as opposed to paying for someone else's asset. I'd rather you do that. So be open to where you want to live. Be open to where you can live. Number two, make your wants and needs very modest and humble like, So, if you have to get a 1-bedroom condo or whatnot, just get your foot in the market, do that. Okay. And remember, the inside, you can always spruce up the inside over time, but just so that way you get your foot in the market, because, rents are skyrocketing, if you will. And mortgages are skyrocketing, not mortgages, but housing prices are skyrocketing. Here in the tri-state area, in the dual state area, Connecticut, New York, all along 95, along the coast, real estate is high. It's high in Stamford. It's high in certainly Darien and Norwalk, those places. If you're going across the state line, all along the coast, real estate is high. Okay, we're not even talking about in the boroughs. It's high too. Places that weren't high are now high. So with that said, be modest about your budget. Number 2. If you can, purchase a property of mine, but become a roommate and or landlord. So if it's possible, to get a 2-family house or duplex, do so. And that way you could get people to, rent out of the duplex out and have them pay for your mortgage. At least put a debt in it, or be willing to have a roommate, if you will. Just so that way you can live in the area you want to live, but you got that money coming in to help with the expenses. So certainly that's something to consider, right? Number 3, another thing you want to consider is asking, if they're in a position to have it, right? Asking mom or dad for a loan. All right. Now, let me preface this. Now, if your parents are able to do so, and you should know if they're able to do so or not, then I would certainly recommend that you get a loan, not a gift from them, because parents who have the ability to help their kids will be more and so inclined to help them if you come, you act like an adult and you say, Mom, Dad, here it is. I got all my stuff lined up, all my ducks lined up in a row. I'm looking at some properties. I'm going to need, a little down payment assistance. So here's what it is. Can I borrow money from you? And when you say this, present them with a promissory note. Yes, you, their child, present them with a promissory note, stating the terms in which you repay them back, and also stipulate, that you'll be giving them interest on top of that, right? So if you got to borrow 10 grand from mom and dad, that's fine. All right. Have a promissory note where you have, scheduled payments and everything like this to show them that you are serious, you thought about this. And heck, you can even get it notarized if you want. All right. Just so, I would certainly do that, and do this like 6 months or so before, a few months before you actually start, applying for a mortgage. Do that so that way they can see that money is in the bank. All right. And make sure you certainly do pay mom and dad back. That's another, idea you can do. Certainly for millennials, I know you're single, you want a new car. I'd recommend certainly don't get any car note. Because remember, when you drive off that lot, you buy a brand new car, that car already lost 25% of its value. Don't lease a car. I want you to own a car, particularly if you're in an area where, public transportation may not be the greatest. Certainly own a car, but you don't need to own anything extravagant. All right. So these are some of the things you can do. It's certainly to, afford an area which you want to live in. They're not easy. So just so I'm on track, as well as you're on track, just to recap, some things we can do to ensure that you as a millennial are able to, get what you want to get. Number 1, be open to the areas, be open to an area, which you, are looking to live in, be open-minded about it, particularly no kids, don't have to worry about the school district. Number 2, be willing to take on a roommate, or if necessary, become a landlord. All right. Both of these are certainly great options, because the roommate, you get a really nice apartment, you can afford it. But that roommate is going to help offset the cost. And they ain't going to be forever. Remember, a roommate is not going to be forever. It's only temporary. All right. Same thing with being a landlord, because think about this for a minute. Just stay on point number 2 with me for a minute. If you decide to move out, don't sell the property. Hold on to the property. Right. Hold on to the property, because that thing that was once a liability, when you move out, can now become an asset immediately. All right. If possible. So hold on to that property. Number 3. As I said before, ask mom or dad for a loan, hit them up, but you're going to pay them back. All right. This would be, you come with them. So don't let them say, well, what's the terms or that? Have it already in hand, because a lot of people get turned off, if you ask, can you, or would you, or could you, or, may you, but if you say, hey, this is what I can do for you. All right. Hey, I like to borrow some funds from you, but here, I already have a primary note. Look at the terms. If the terms are agreeable to you, you sign this. If they're not, we can negotiate. Like I said, be the mature adult that you are, millennials. All right. And so, so those are 3 recommendations I have for millennials. Like I said, minimize your purchases, of course. Don't lease a car. Don't buy a new car. Get something that is old and reliable. You can always have a car later on. At least wait till you get the house and you get a car, all right? Because it's interesting. Now that springtime is coming around here and the weather's actually starting decent, get some sunny days and it's warm weather, everybody's going to the car wash. And I'm seeing all these people, they have nice cars and everything like that, but yet they don't have any assets, or they're not working to have any assets. And I'm like, wow, they got the tinted windows and the rims, but I said, they don't realize that car, you can't do nothing with that car. I said, with your property, with real estate, you certainly could do a lot more real estate. So I hope this was, informative for you. And like I said, this was targeted to millennials, but, parents, if you're listening, I know a lot of parents, if you have millennial children who are getting married and not single, probably one of the greatest gifts you give for them, right? Don't spend money on a wedding for them. I wouldn't recommend that. Don't do anything extravagant with them. Take that money that you would spend, on their wedding, and instead you can assist them with a down payment. All right. I know traditionally speaking, the brides, parents pay for the wedding, the father pays for the wedding. So dads out there, your little girls are getting married. If you want to, do something for the little girl, don't pay for the wedding. Don't pay for the dress. I know a lot of females are going to kill me. I'm sorry. But certainly use that money towards a down payment for their home. That'll be the best thing you give, to your children. All right. And your new future son-in-law. If you're not interested in tradition, that's fine also. Anybody, like I said before, instead of giving gifts, give towards a down payment towards that house, and they can use that. So this is Damon Bond of Real Talk, licensed real estate broker in the states of Connecticut and New York. If you have any questions, please always call me, 203-394-8123, 203-394-8123. You can call or text, or you can always email me at dbond011@gmail.com. That is dbond011@gmail.com. Hope this is informative. Facebook, like it, share it, whatever it is. YouTube, like it, share it, do whatever it is you need to do. Stay well. Well, I can't say stay warm anymore because, it's warm outside. And be well, be safe, and have a pleasant afternoon. Until next time, good day.